Hey guys, how you going? I'm going to talk today around a word called synchronicity. I'm not sure whether you've heard it before. I've only actually ever heard of the word used in somewhat of a spiritual kind of way. So I guess the definition of it, I don't have the Oxford Dictionary definition of it, but I can tell you what it means for me. And so that word was presented to me whilst doing my first meditation course. And it was presented to me in a way that was, I guess, in the basics, in the essence of it all, is that when you connect with your true self more and more and more, then stuff just happens that just falls into your pathway that is really in alignment with who you truly need to be and and the path that you need to step forward. And when you somewhat surrender and let go of that and allow it to be put down before you, then all of this stuff just happens miraculously. Like, just crazy stuff just seems to fit into alignment, and stuff where you thought was challenging before, or those sort of things, all the blocks get moved out of the way, and all of a sudden you're in a flow state. So synchronicity is like this experience of being in a flow state where everything's working. And so I've had this experience multiple times in my world, and it's, funny enough, been in the time where I have really meditated consistently and with beautiful intention behind it to connect to something deeper within myself. And, I've talked into this in several videos before about surrender, allow, and let go being these key statements and phrases that are so important in many aspects of our life. And when I've been meditating and using those words and surrendering into the higher consciousness, or to the connection within, or whatever you want to term it, the source, your spirit, soul, whatever, when connecting with that entity and doing it regularly and consistently and touching that and filling up the cup with that all the time, then it starts to come out. And then my experience has been is that stuff just flows through you. So being in a state of synchronicity, in a state of flow, is that decisions and clarity in line with your values and who you are as a person just seem to flow with incredible power behind it, mind you. Is that it just feels, it comes from here. It doesn't come from here, it comes from here. And it just gets laid down very powerfully and very clarified. So yeah, it's a space where I've been, where my beliefs seem to be like just flowing through me, and then the way of what I need to do and how I need to do it just amazingly falls into place, and everything happens really easily. And people that I need, money that I'm looking for, challenges that were there previously are now gone, resources now appearing. So I remember this when I first started doing the charity, which was initially called Making Meditation Mainstream, which is now called meditationHQ. That whole thing came from within me. That didn't come from here. That came from deep within me. And I allowed that to be created. That was very much a spirit or a soul creation that came forward. You notice I keep on doing this. It's not something that that my mind created. It was supported by my mind, but it came from my heart. And I know when I was meditating a lot and it was healing to me so much, and I was regularly connecting, and then this thing just grew within me, and it was like, I've got to do this thing. I don't know what it is just yet, but it's happening and it's coming through me. So this state of synchronicity happened, where for a period of time stuff just flowed. So the right people, the right brand, the right resources, the investment, I had none of that. I had none of it at the beginning, and yet it all just beautifully played out. And yeah, it was such a divine creation, because it all just happened so much in flow state. And I love that experience. Now I'm talking about it. It's a reminder to me. And that, I guess, it's just a reminder for me of the more you connect internally, not through here, but through here, the more you connect in your heart, the more this stuff just flows out of you. And that's the ripple effect. And that's that's what synchronicity, and it just happens so beautifully and organically. And it's a lot of letting go and allowing and surrendering and just allowing things to be, and they fall into place. With our heart's mission, everything just falls into place, and that comes by surrendering more and more and more into your heart space. And so that's my experience of it. I've been fortunate to have that several times in my life now, but it has always been when I'm in absolute connection, and I've been meditating, and I've been filling my cup up here, not here. And interestingly enough, when I'm not doing those practices, and when I'm doing things potentially more challenging, or I'm in my ego more, or I'm in my identity more, tough stuff is in my blockades, like constantly being challenged, and it's so much harder, So when you let go and surrender and let this stuff come through you, it's just it's a privilege to be able to, people really notice it in your face. They're like, what's going on with you? You look joyful, you look blissful. What's going on? I remember having lots of those comments when I first started the charity. People would be, wow, what is going on with you? Like you are really on, feel clarified and confident. And so anyway, I'll stop rambling there. But synchronicity and flow state is really available and accessible to you. It's good to be aware of it and to know that it exists, and that it will take something from us to create that. And for me, my experience of that has been that meditation has been the beautiful vehicle, and surrendering, allowing, and let go have been the states that I've needed to be in order to connect with that in a very pure sense. And then letting go of the outcome and letting it flow through you is the point in where everything comes to be, and letting your intuition pave the way of what is right and what is wrong. All right, I'll leave you with that. See you later. Bye.